Welcome to today's episode of In Brandon. My name is Randy Curry and I'm joined in studio today with three very dedicated, very hard-working women. I have Sarah Pito, Janice Evans, and Cinnamon McCashew. Get all your names right there, ladies?
You did.
Perfect. These three very hard-working women are part of United Way here in Brandon, and they have a very special event going on this year. Sarah, would you like to tell Brandon what's in?
Sure. Coming up this year, we have our 80th anniversary in Brandon, and we're starting it out with a launch party. And we're going to have a dinner at the Keystone Center at the UCT Pavilion, and we're starting out with a champagne reception. And then following that, we're going to have a dinner, and then we're going to be entertained by the Mark Humphreys Orchestra, which is a 16-piece swing band orchestra. And we invite everybody out to come and dance and celebrate the United Way.
That sounds like a really good evening. Where can Brandon find tickets for that?
If you would like tickets for this event, you can contact the United Way office, and you can call there and they'll hook you up with tickets.
Perfect. Janice, you are also part of United Way. What's your position?
I am the Director of Operations or Gift Officer.
Perfect. So what is your role going to be in that evening?
I'm kind of just behind the scenes person. We do have a group of volunteers from our board of directors who is on the committee, and they are making this event happen. Actually, it's all they're doing. Anything
else about the party that Brandon may want to know to expect or enjoy?
Well, it's a 1930s theme because that's when the United Way started in Brandon. So the whole night, the decor is going to be 1930s, and we're inviting people to dress up in 1930s wear if they wish, or if not, semi-formal. So it should be an interesting night, and we'll have a lot of great things going on there.
That does sound like a really good night. Cinnamon, can you tell me kind of what has happened over the span of 80 years in United Way within Brandon?
Well, 80 years is a true celebration for us because it's not just what United Way has done in the community for 80 years, which is partnering with some amazing organizations that are on the front line of impact every day and are working with thousands of people each and every year, making a difference in their lives. But it's about what the City of Brandon and the community members have done for us. If it wasn't for the community, for our individual donors, our corporate sponsors, and everyone out there who has contributed time and money to United Way over 80 years, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be making an impact in lives each and every day. So it's a real celebration to not only celebrate us and our organizations who make the difference, but all of the people who have made a difference for us to be able to do that each and every year.
Right, and United Way is solely works off of volunteers, correct?
We do have 4 staff members in the office, thanks to a provincial operating grant from the province of Manitoba that helps us cover wages and make sure that we have the staff there. But our campaign team, our board of directors who govern our operations, and the people that are on the ground each and every day are volunteers.
Wow, that's amazing. You do a number of events throughout the community over the past 80 years. How many volunteers does it take to pull off one event?
Depending on the event, really. We've got a garage sale coming up soon, and we're probably looking at 20 to 30 volunteers that will help us from setup to getting the vendors in the door to working the doors all day long. It all depends on what we've done. The radiothon that we used to do took more than 100 volunteers. So we have, throughout the course of a campaign year, we probably have between 500 and 1,000 volunteers on the ground in workplaces and at events throughout the city.
Wow, that's amazing, especially coming from one city. Not that Brandon isn't large in size, but we're not that big to have that many volunteers continuously giving themselves. That's quite an achievement for a town.
We're incredibly fortunate. The City of Brandon and the people in it are always eager to help us, and volunteer resources aren't usually a challenge for us. There's so many people out there who are willing to give their time and expertise to help us out.
That's amazing. Speaking of volunteers and giving their time to different events, Janice, you were telling me before the episode that there is not just one party, this party that Sarah was speaking of, to kick off and celebrate our 80 years, but it's actually going to be a year-long celebration. Can you tell me a bit about the celebration?
We're actually going to do Day of Caring on May 12th. This is an opportunity for not-for-profits, not just the not-for-profits that we fund, but any kind of not-for-profit in the Brandon area that has put on, has that project that's been put on the back burner because they haven't had the resources or the time to do it. We have a group of volunteers that are willing and able to do these projects. We ask that if you're a not-for-profit looking for help on these projects to give us a call at the office. We have have a short application that you can fill out, and we would love to send some volunteers out there to help you with your project. We have probably 4 or 5 businesses already with volunteers waiting for that job to do. We're also going to have a random act of kindness in June, June 15th. We're not quite sure what we're doing on that day yet, but it's just going to be something random act of kindness. You know, it's yeah.
Buying someone in line behind you a coffee, or plugging somebody's meter, or just whatever that people can do to be kind to one another.
Yeah.
Wow, that's admirable. It's great work to see a community helping within the community. It's because United Way really is that. It's its own community of people and volunteers and workers who are just very dedicated to what you do. And to give back to Brandon, it's a nice change of pace for sure. So volunteers, we've spoke lots of volunteers being involved with United Way. Let's say I wanted to volunteer. How would I start to get involved with you? Is there a number? Is there a place? How do I just get going?
That's a great question, Randy, and I'm glad that you asked that question. Actually, National Volunteer Week is kicked off on April 23rd, and we are actually having a volunteer fair on April 22nd. This is going to be held at Shoppers Mall. We're going to be there from 9:30 to 5 o'clock, but it's not only us that's going to be there. We're going to have not-for-profits tables set up where people can come and talk to the different agencies to find out exactly what they need. So if you're new to the community, if you want to give back and you're not quite sure how to do it, come down to Shoppers Mall on the 22nd of April and find out how you can give back to our community.
That's so convenient and easy, actually, to just be able to go. And all of you ladies will be there, or Janice will be there?
I will definitely be there.
Yeah, I'll be there as well.
That's great. Perfect. Well, good luck with the celebration. I will see you at the party for sure. I don't know exactly what I will wear, but any excuse to shop sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else that you guys wanted to let Brandon know while you're in studio today?
I think probably just the last thing that we want to talk about is the sponsorship that makes everything happen.
Right.
Not only our 80th anniversary party is heavily sponsored by corporate sponsors, but a lot of the events that we do throughout the year. A full listing of that can be found on our website, but it's the corporate sponsors that allow us to do these kinds of things. They're literally paying for the party so that we can have people come out and have a good time, and people are buying their meal tickets. And we couldn't do half of what we do without the corporate sponsorship that we have in the city.
That's great. Volunteers running the ship by the sounds of it, hey? Perfect. Well, Sarah Pito, thank you for joining me. Janice Evans and Cinnamon McCashew.
You got it.
Yes, I got it. Thank you for joining me in studio today. And Brandon, that's what's happening. My name is Randy Curry. Thanks for joining us.